Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Crochet for Baby. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet this little sweater for baby girls between 0 and 3 months old. Now in this same tutorial, I'm also going to show you how to crochet the matching diaper cover or these little bloomers, and they're also very easy to make. Now if you want to make this little set smaller or bigger, down here in the information box, I'm going to leave you some information on how you can make it smaller or bigger from a newborn baby up to 6 months. So be sure to check that out. Also in my channel, I already have these little pants that you can make to match this little set, this little bonnet, and these baby shoes that you can make to match this little set as well. Down here in the information box, I'm going to leave you the links to these tutorials, or at the end of the video, you'll see a little box pop up. There you can just click that little box and it'll show you all of my tutorials in English since my channel is bilingual. Okay, so I hope you like it, and without further ado, let's get started, and thank you for watching. Okay, to begin, I'll be using this 3mm crochet hook, and today I'm using this number 3 baby yarn. This is the brand of yarn that I'm using. It's called Super Soft Baby Double Knit James C. Brett. If you're in the US, you can use any number 3 yarn. I'm using this double knit yarn, which is the number 3 yarn. Now, many of you have asked me, what is the thickness of this yarn? It's 3mm. I have a ruler here so that you can see it's exactly 3mm. That's why it's called a number 3 yarn. Okay, so here, to begin, I have 49 chains. The multiple to our base chain is multiples of 4 plus 1. Now, this chain here is measuring about 9 inches, which is about 23 centimeters. Now, to begin, on the third chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3, we're going to make a half double crochet. To make a half double crochet, you yarn over, insert your hook into that third chain, grab a loop, 3 loops on the hook, close, yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain, grab a loop, 3 loops on the hook, close. Again, yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain, grab a loop, 3 loops on the hook, close. This is all I'm going to do for this first row. At the end of this first row, I'm going to have 48 half double crochets, including the 2 chains here at the end. Continue, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. I'm here at the end of this first row. I have 48 half double crochets. Now for the second row, chain 2 and turn. The 2 chains never count as a stitch. In this row, we're going to make 3 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets. So let me show you. Beginning on top of the first half double crochet, make a double crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, and into the next 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. This is how you're going to continue. For this second row, you're going to make 3 double crochets and into the next 2. Then again, 3 double crochets and into the next 2. Continue like this for the second row, and I'll meet you at the end. I'm here at the end of this second row. I have a total of 59 double crochets. Here at the end, I finish with 4 double crochets. My last double crochet, I made it here into the chain 2 space. So I have 59 double crochets, not including the 2 chains at the beginning. Now for the third row, we're going to chain 2 and turn. These 2 chains never count as a stitch. Now in this row, we're going to make 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the next 2 double crochets. So let me show you. Beginning on top of the first double crochet, make a double crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the next 2 double crochets. This is how you're going to continue. For this third row, you're going to make 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the next 2 double crochets. Continue like this, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. I'm here at the end of this third row. I have a total of 70 double crochets. Here at the end, I finish with 4 double crochets. Now for the fourth row, chain 2 and turn. The 2 chains never count as a stitch. In this row, we're going to make 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and into the next 2 double crochets. Let me show you. Beginning on top of the first double crochet, make a double crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets. This is how you're going to continue. For this fourth row, you're going to repeat 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and into the next 2 double crochets. At the end of this fourth row, you're going to have 81 double crochets. Continue, and I'll meet you here at the end. I'm here at the end of the fourth row. I have a total of 81 double crochets. Now for the fifth row, chain 2 and turn. In this row, we're going to make 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and into the next 2 double crochets. Let me show you. Beginning on top of the first double crochet, make your first double crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and into the next 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. This is how you're going to continue. You're going to repeat 6 double crochets and into the next 2 double crochets. At the end of this fifth row, you're going to have 92 double crochets. I'll meet you here at the end. I'm here at the end of this fifth row. I have a total of 92 double crochets. Now for the sixth row, chain 3 and turn. Now in this row, we're going to make V-stitches. We're going to count 1, 2, and into the third double crochet, make your first V-stitch. Double crochet, 2 chains, double crochet. Again, skip 1, 2, and into the third, make another V-stitch. Double crochet, 2 chains, double crochet. This is how we're going to continue for this sixth row. I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, I'm here at the end of this sixth row. I have a total of 30 V-stitches. To finish this row, I did 1 last double crochet here at the end. Now for the seventh row, chain 3 and turn. In this row, we're going to make V-stitches again. So inside each one of the V-stitches, you're going to make a V-stitch. So double crochet, 2 chains, double crochet. Continue like this for this seventh row. At the end, you're going to have again 30 V-stitches. I'll meet you at the end of this row. I'm here at the end of this seventh row. I have a total of 30 V-stitches. Here at the end, I finished by making a double crochet. Now for the eighth row, we're going to chain 3 and turn. Inside each one of these V-stitches, we're going to make 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So let me show you. Beginning into this first one, make 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Jump to the next one and do the same thing. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Continue like this for this eighth row, and I'll meet you at the end. I'm here at the end of this eighth row. I have a total of 30 fans. Here at the end, I finished by making a double crochet. Now for the ninth row, chain 1 and turn. On top of this first double crochet, make a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet inside this chain 1 space, 3 chains, single crochet again, 2 chains, single crochet between the 2 fans, and then again repeat the same thing. 2 chains, single crochet inside the chain 1 space, 3 chains, single crochet again, 2 chains, single crochet between the 2 fans. This is how I'm going to continue for this ninth row. I'll meet you at the end. I finished this ninth row. Here at the end, I did my last 2 chains, and then I did a single crochet here where we have these 3 chains at the end. Now I cut my yarn and passed my yarn through this last loop. Now we're going to turn this like this. From here on, this is going to be the right side. If you notice, there's a line here that was left from when we did the half double crochet. So this is going to be the right side. So here into this last single crochet that I did to the side right there, insert your hook. I'm going to use this same brand yarn in this white color. So I'm just going to pull this loop here and chain 1. Now we're going to make V-stitches. And the V-stitches, we're going to make them here in the same row where we did this second row of V-stitches. So we're going to push these double crochets to the side, and right in the middle, right here of this V-stitch, hold it like this so that in this space right here, you're going to make a double crochet. Make sure that these loops are nice and long. chain 3, and again a double crochet. We're going to make these V stitches. Now to make the next one, same thing, push these double crochets to the side and right into this space here, make your next V stitch, double crochet, 3 chains, double crochet. Okay, this is all we're going to do, so continue like this, and I'll meet you here at this end. I'm here at the end of this 10th row. This is where we did these V stitches. Now here to finish, we're going to go on top of this first single crochet right there and make a single crochet. Now we're going to turn like this. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to insert our hook inside this chain 3 space and through the back right here where we have the 3 chains of this first V stitch and make a single crochet. 3 chains, single crochet again, 2 chains, single crochet between the 2 V stitches in the back, 2 chains, single crochet inside this chain 3 space and through the back, 3 chains, single crochet again, 2 chains, single crochet between the 2 V stitches in the back. This is how we're going to continue. This is how it's going to look on the wrong side. On the right side, this is how it's going to look. So continue, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. I'm here at the end of this 11th row. Here at the end, I did my last 2 chains, then I just did a single crochet here at the end. I cut my yarn and passed my yarn through this last loop, and this last row, row 11, is done. Now, this is the right side. This is what it looks like. So we're going to go here to the wrong side, and we're going to go here to this row, here on this side, like this. This row of V stitches, which is the first row of V stitches, we're going to insert our hook right here through this space right there, and we're going to grab this loop, bring it through the front, and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now these 3 chains counts as 1 double crochet. Inside each one of these V stitches, like right here, inside each one of them, we're going to make 4 double crochets. So fold this like this, and inside the first V stitch, move these double crochets to one side like this, and right in the middle, make 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump to the next one and do the same thing, 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is all I'm going to do for this first row, since we're going to start counting rows here. So continue, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. I'm here at the end of this first row. Here at the end, I just finished with 1 last double crochet into this last space. Now I cut my yarn and passed my yarn through this last loop, and you should have a total of 122 double crochets, including this last double crochet that I just did and the 3 chains here at the beginning. Now for the second row, I'm going to use this pink color from here on. So I'm going to insert my hook on top of this last double crochet, grab this loop, and chain 3. These 3 chains counts as your first double crochet. Now turn, and for this second row, what we're going to do is 1 double crochet for each one of the double crochets. So into the next, make your next double crochet, and so on. Here in the second row, we're going to finish with 122 double crochets. Continue, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. I'm here at the end of this second row. I have a total of 122 double crochets, including the 3 chains at the beginning. Now for the third row, we're going to chain 3 and turn. In this row, what we're going to do is we're going to work fans. The fans are going to be made with 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So beginning into the third double crochet, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to make my first fan. So make 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Again, skip 1, 2, and into the third double crochet, make another fan. This is how we're going to continue for this third row. So continue, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, finished making this third row. I have a total of 40 fans. Now here at the end, I did one last double crochet on top of the 3 chains. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work single crochets along this side. So we're going to chain 1. Now into this double crochet space, we're going to make 2 single crochets. Then we have this single crochet at the end of this row where we have these fans. So insert your hook there, and then I'm going to also insert the hook here between the 3 chains and the double crochet right there into that center. Because this stitch here is a bit longer, it doesn't quite fall under the 2 chains or the 3 chains, but right about here. So insert your hook and make 1 single crochet there. Now into this double crochet here and the 3 chains in the back, do 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and then here again 2, and then 2 here. Let's see how many single crochets I have. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then here I'm going to make 1, that's 10, then 2, 11, 12, and then 1, 13, and then 14, 15. And this row half double crochets, that's 16, and then in the row of chains, 1 single crochet, so that's 17. So I have 17 single crochets along this part here. Now we're going to chain 1, turn, and then work our way down making single crochets, and we're going to do 17. So continue, and I'll meet you right about here. I'm here at the end of the second row. I have 17 single crochets. Now chain 1 and turn. Now in this third row, I'm going to work 2 buttonholes. I'm going to add 1 right about here and then 1 here at the top. So here, beginning on top of the first single crochet, make a single crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 single crochets, chain 1, skip 1 single crochet, and into the next make a single crochet. Here's the first buttonhole. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 single crochets, chain 1, skip 1 single crochet, and into the last single crochet make a single crochet. Now for the fourth row, chain 1, turn, and we're going to work our way down working single crochet. So beginning on top of the first, make a single crochet, inside the chain 1 space, make a single crochet, and so on. Continue and work these 17 single crochets, and I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, I finished this fourth row here. All I did was just cut my yarn and pass my yarn through this last loop, and this part here is done. This is the right side, so we have 2 buttonholes now here. Now for this other side, you're going to do the exact same thing. I'm not going to show you, I'm just going to show you that you're going to begin here. This is the last chain right there, so just grab a loop here, bring it through the front, chain 1, and into this same space here, make your first single crochet, and then work 1 single crochet just like we did here on this side, so that you end with 17 single crochets for this side as well. Don't forget to also make sure to secure this fan here to the double crochets in the back, and then chain 1, turn, and then repeat 3 more rows. So I'm not going to show you this part because it's exactly how we did here, minus the buttonhole row. So just continue and work these 4 rows, and I'll meet you at the end of the 4th row. Okay, I finished making this other side. Now here at the end, all I did was just cut my yarn and pass my yarn through this last loop. Now we're going to put these 2 sides together like this. This side here is where we did the buttonhole, so it goes on top. Now insert your hook into this last stitch right here for this last row, and for this side you're going to insert your hook into the first row here, so into this stitch. Now grab a loop, bring it through the front, and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now insert your hook again into this same stitch here and work a double crochet, chain 1, and then 2 double crochets. We're going to make this fan here. Like this. Now jump to this first fan for this side and make a fan. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Now do the same thing for these next 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll meet you here to show you how we're going to divide the sleeve. Okay, I finished making these 5 fans, including this one that I did here. I have 6 fans. Now we're going to chain 3, skip 10 fans, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and into this fan after the stitch marker right here, make a fan like this. So 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Now for this side you're going to work 11 fans. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then you're going to do the same thing that I just did here. You're going to chain 3 and you're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fans like this, and then into this fan after the stitch marker you're going to make a fan. Here you're going to finish with these last 4 fans, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll meet you at the end of this first row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these 4 fans. Now here I'm going to add one more. I'm going to insert my hook here into this first row for this side and into the last row here on this other side. Now we're going to make a fan here. So yarn over and make a double crochet, double crochet again, chain 1, and then 2 double crochets. So this is going to be the last fan. If you count each one of these fans, you should have 11 for the back and 11 for the front. Now to finish, go on top of the 3rd chain and join with a slip stitch. And this is how we finish the first row with 22 fans. Now for your next row, go on top of the next double crochet and work a slip stitch. Inside the chain 1 space, make a slip stitch, chain 3, double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Now here you're going to work a fan on top of each one of these fans. Down here under the sleeve we're going to make an increase, so I'll meet you here to show you how we're going to do that. Okay, I finished making these 6 fans. Now under the sleeve for this side and the other side, what you're going to do is 2 fans. Just insert your hook, or you can pinch the first and the last chain to do these fans. So I'm just going to insert my hook like this and make 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Now again we're going to make one more fan, so insert your hook and make 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Okay, here's the second fan. There's 1 and there's 1. Now into this first fan here you're going to work a fan, and into each one of them like this, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, and then continue and work these 11 fans, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And here under the sleeve we're going to do the same thing we just did here, 2 fans, and finish with these last 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these last 5. So I'll meet you at the end of this second row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row. I have a total of 26 fans. From here on, we're always going to have 26 fans at the end of every row. Now to finish this row and all the rows to follow, you're just going to pinch here the 3rd chain like this with and then join with a slip stitch. Now on top of the next double crochet, make a slip stitch, and inside the chain 1 space, make a slip stitch, chain 3, double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. You're just going to continue making these fans all around, including here under the sleeve, and then here again, and then finish this row. Then you're going to join here to the side with a slip stitch, then a slip stitch into the next double crochet, slip stitch inside the chain 1 space, chain 3, and then repeat the same thing that I just did here. At the end of every row, like I said, you're going to have 26 fans. I'm not exactly sure how many rows I'm going to do, but continue like this and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, I did a total of 13 rows. If we count this row that we have of fans all around the yoke, I have 14 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now it's measuring from this first row that we did around the yoke up to the last one that I did. It's about 17 centimeters, which is about 6.75 inches. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work one more row. Here at the end I cut my yarn and passed my yarn through this last loop. So with the color white, we're going to go from the inside out like this and into this space right here where I joined with a slip stitch. I'm going to insert my hook right here and chain 2. 1, 2. Now what I'm going to do here is these 2 double crochets that are right in the center of this fan, this one, the second and the third, we're going to work into front post double crochets. Inside the chain 1 space, we're going to make a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So beginning here, the second double crochet, work a front post double crochet. Inside the chain 1 space, make a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then front post double crochet, this third double crochet, pardon. And again, the second double crochet, front post double crochet, chain 1, double crochet inside the chain 1 space, and a front post double crochet. Again, front post double crochet, chain 1, double crochet inside the chain 1 space, and front post double crochet. Continue like this for this row and I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, I'm here at the end. To finish this row, just go here to the first chain and join with a slip stitch. Now chain 2, on top of this chain 1 space, make a single crochet, 3 chains, single crochet, 2 chains, single crochet between the 2 fans, 2 chains, single crochet again inside the chain 1 space, 3 chains, single crochet again, 2 chains, single crochet between the 2 fans. This is how we're going to continue for this last row, so continue and I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, finished making this last row. I did my last 2 chains, then joined to the beginning with a slip stitch, cut my yarn, and this part here is done. Now this is what it looks like. There it is. Now here I added this little flower. These are pre-made flowers. I just sewed it in there with pink thread, and in the back I added my buttons, these little pearl buttons. These are 7mm pearl buttons. Now I also went ahead and did one of the sleeves, so now I'm going to show you how it's done. I'm going to do it in the exact same way I did it here, so we're going to go to this side. Now right in the middle we have these 2 fans, so we're going to separate these double crochets to the side, so 4 and 4 right in the middle. Insert your hook, grab this loop, bring it through the front, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now into this same space here, make a double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. This is going to be the first fan to this first row. Now we're going to go to this space after this fan, so right here, and then right into this space where we have this fan, I'm going to insert my hook. So yarn over, insert your hook into this space here, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook into this fan. This fan has this fan here, so right into that space right there, insert your hook, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over again, and then insert your hook into this first fan, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 4 loops on the hook, close. Okay, this is what we just did. right there. Now inside this first fan where I just closed all of these stitches, make a double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Now jump to the next and do the same thing. Make a fan, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Continue like this around the sleeve, and I'll meet you right about here to show you how we're going to finish this first row. Okay, I'm here at this other side. I'm about to finish my last fan. Here up to here, I have a total of 11 fans. Now, this last double crochet that I'm going to do to complete this fan, I'm not going to close it completely. I'm going to leave 2 loops on my hook. Now, yarn over, insert your hook into this fan right there, into this space, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over. Then we're going to move this fan here and into this space between the fan and this. Here we're going to insert a hook, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 4 loops on the hook, close. We did the exact same thing we did here at the beginning. So now to finish this row, pinch the 3rd chain here to the side and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished the first row with 11 fans. Now in the next row we're going to reduce this fan and this last one that we did. So here, make a slip stitch into the second, into this next double crochet, inside the chain 1 space, a slip stitch, chain 3, now a double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Now inside this chain 1 space of this fan, make a double crochet, jump to the next fan and work a fan. So here we just reduced 1 fan, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Continue like this around this sleeve. Here at the end we're going to reduce this one here, so make a double crochet and then join here to the side. So I'll meet you at the end of this second row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row. Up to here I have 9 fans. Now to finish, I still have 1 more fan. So this fan here, we're just going to make 1 double crochet. And then to finish, we're just going to join here to the side with a slip stitch. And this is how we finish the second row with 9 fans. From here on, we're not going to work any more reductions. We're always going to have 9 fans. So for rows 3 through 8, you're going to do the following. You're going to make a slip stitch into the next double crochet, a slip stitch inside the chain 1 space, chain 3, double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. This is the first fan to this 3rd row. This is how you're going to begin each row. Now inside each one of the fans around the sleeve, you're going to do the same thing. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. And then you're just going to continue around doing the same thing. When you're done, you're going to have 9 fans. Then you're going to join here to the side with a slip stitch. Then for the next row, you're going to work a slip stitch into the next double crochet, a slip stitch inside the chain 1 space, chain 3, and then do this fan like I did here. We're going to do this up to row 8. So continue, and I'll meet you at the end of the 8th row. Okay, finish the 8th row. Here I just joined to the side with a slip stitch. Now for rows 9, 10, and 11, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to make a slip stitch into the next double crochet, a slip stitch inside this chain 1 space. Now chain 3 and make 3 double crochets. Now for these 3 rows, we're only going to make 4 double crochets instead of 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. We're not going to do the chain 1 space anymore. So jump to the next one and work 4 double crochets. That's 2, 3, 4. Jump to the next and do the same thing. Now when you finish this row, same thing, you're going to join to the side with a slip stitch and work a slip stitch into the 2nd double crochet and in the center between the 2nd and the 3rd double crochet. We're going to treat this as if there was a space, but we're not going to make the chain 1 space. And then you're going to chain 3 and then work 3 double crochets into this space. This is going to help reduce here at the end of the sleeve, which is what I did here for these last 3 rows. 1, 2, 3. You can see there that there is no chain 1 space. This one does have it, these 3 rows don't. So this is what we're going to do. Inside this same space there, right between the second and the third double crochet, you're going to do your fan on top. So continue like this for 3 rows, and then I'll meet you at the end of the 11th row. Okay, I finished making these 3 rows where we did 4 double crochets, and right in the center we did the fans. Now in this next row, row 12, what we're going to do is, I'm right in the middle of this fan here, so I'm going to chain 3 and I'm going to make 2 double crochets. In this row we're going to make these fans with 3 double crochets only. So jump to the next, right in the middle of the next, and make 3 double crochets. This is going to be the last row. So continue, and I'll meet you at the end of this 12th row. Okay, I finished making this last row. Here I cut my yarn, pass my yarn through this last loop. Now what we're going to do here is this. I did 2 rows of single crochets and then 1 row of crab stitch. So to do this, we're going to go here right in the center, or you can go here on top of the first double crochet. This is where we did the slip stitch. I'm just going to insert my hook right here, right in the very center. I'm going to grab this loop, bring it through the front, chain 1, and then into this same space here, make 1 single crochet, like this. Now we're going to work 1 single crochet for each one of the double crochets all around, like this. At the end of this row, you're going to join to the top of the first, single crochet with a slip stitch, then chain 1, and then repeat again 1 more row. I'll meet you at the end of that second row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of the second row of single crochets. To finish, go on top of the first single crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finish the second row. Now we're going to do 1 more row, and this is the crab stitch. So to do this, we're going to chain 1. We're going to go backwards. So into the last single crochet that I did, insert your hook, grab a loop, close. Into the next, grab a loop, close. Insert your hook into the next, grab a loop, close. Insert your hook into the next, grab a loop, close. Insert your hook into the next, grab a loop, close. And this is all we're going to do all around. I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, I finished making this last row of crab stitch, and this is what it looks like. Here at the end, all I did was just join to the beginning with a slip stitch, cut my yarn, and pass my yarn through this last loop, and our sleeve is done, and this is what it looks like. So you're going to do the exact same thing I did here on this side, here on this other side. Everything is the same, nothing is different, so you're just going to do the exact same thing. So our little sweater or little tunic is done, and this is what it looks like. So now I'm going to show you how to make the matching bloomers, so continue watching and you'll see that next. Okay, to begin, I'll be using this 3mm crochet hook, and today I'm using this double knit baby yarn. This is the brand of yarn that I'm using. It's called Super Soft Baby Double Knit, James C. Brett. Now, if you're in the US, you can use any number 3 yarn. Now, to begin, I have 8 chains. Into the second chain from the hook, insert your hook and make a single crochet. Single crochet into the next chain, and so on. For this first row, this is all I'm going to do. 1 single crochet for each one of the chains. At the end of this first row, I'm going to have 7 single crochets. If you want to make your waistband wider, you can add more chains. I'm just going to do 8 chains here. Now, this is my last single crochet. I have 7 single crochets. Now for the second row, turn. Now, this row is what you're going to repeat from here on. You're going to chain 1 and into the first single crochet through the back loop only, make a single crochet. Single crochet again into the next, single crochet into the next, and so on. Always make sure to go through the back loop like this. Okay, this is the last one. Single crochet. Now for the third row, turn, chain 1, and repeat the same thing. Insert your hook through the back loop and make a single crochet. This is all I'm going to do. I'm not exactly sure how many rows I'm going to do, but continue like this, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, I finished making the waistband. I did a total of 74 rows, and it's measuring about 35 centimeters, which is about 13.75 inches. Make sure that when you measure, you don't stretch it. since I did not stretch mine when I measured it. Now here what we're going to do is we're going to join both ends. So we're going to insert our hook right here into this first stitch on this side, grab this loop, bring it through the front, chain 1, and then again insert your hook through this same stitch and through the first single crochet here in the back like this, grab a loop and make a slip stitch. Again into the next stitch and into the next single crochet through the back and make a slip stitch. This is how we're going to join both ends, so continue and I'll meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished joining both ends, so now what we're going to do is we're going to work single crochets along the top. So here we're going to chain 1 and into this first row right here I'm going to make a single crochet. That's 1 into the next, that's 2 into the next, that's 3 single crochets, and into the fourth row right here I'm going to make 2 single crochets. We're going to work some increases here. So again we're going to make 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, and into the fourth 2 single crochets. Continue like this and I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row. This is where we did single crochets all around. Now I have a total of 94 single crochets. Now to finish, go to the top of the first single crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now for the second row we're going to chain 3, and into this same stitch, the first single crochet, I'm going to make a double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. We're going to make these fans all around this second row. Now to make your next fan you're going to skip 1, 2, 3, and into the fourth single crochet you're going to do your next fan. So 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Again skip 1, 2, 3, and into the fourth single crochet another fan. Continue like this all around and I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row of fans. I have a total of 24 fans. Now to finish this row and all the rows to follow, you're always going to pinch the third chain here to the side and we're going to join with a slip stitch. Now to begin each row from here on, you're going to make a slip stitch into the next double crochet and a slip stitch inside the chain 1 space. Now chain 3, make a double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Here's the first fan to the second row of fans. This is how you're going to begin every row from here on. Now to make your next one, jump to the next fan and inside the chain 1 space make 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Now this is all we're going to do for this second row of fans. When you finish this row, you're going to insert your hook into the third chain, make a slip stitch, and then do the same thing that I just showed you to begin each row. Now, I'm not exactly sure how many rows I'm going to do from here on, but we're only going to repeat this row of fans, so continue and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, I did a total of 12 rows of fans. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rows, and it's measuring from the waistband to the last row. It's measuring, it's about 17 centimeters, which is about 6.75 inches. So now what we're going to do is we're going to divide the legs. So what I've done here is I just joined to the beginning with a slip stitch. We have a total of 24 fans, so I have 10 fans for one of the legs, 10 fans for this other leg, and then right in the middle I have 2 fans and then 2 fans right in the center of the front. So here, this is where we finished. We're going to make a slip stitch into the next double crochet, a slip stitch inside the chain 1 space, and here we're going to chain 3 and double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Now we're going to skip 10 fans and we're going to go here to this fan after the stitch marker. This is fan number 11. So right inside we're going to work a fan. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Jump to the next one and do the same thing. A fan, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Now skip 10 fans again, and into this fan after the stitch marker, make a fan. Two double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Now to finish, we're going to join to the first fan right here with a slip stitch. So pinch the third chain and make a slip stitch. Now I've cut my yarn, so I'm just going to pass my yarn through this last loop. Make sure that when you cut your yarn, you leave a pretty long tail, because we're going to be left with this gap here right in the center. So after we're done doing the legs, you can close this like this with this remaining yarn. So now to do one of the legs, this side here, now this is the second fan, here's the first one. So insert your hook here, grab a loop, bring it through the front, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now inside this fan, make a fan. So double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Here you're just going to continue around this side and make 10 fans. I'll meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at this other side. I have 10 fans up to here. Now between here and here, we're going to make 3 more fans. So to do the next one, we're going to go here into this same fan, and we're going to do the next one. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Then right in the middle, right here, insert your hook there and make the same thing. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. And then the next one, we're going to do it right here into the same fan. Okay, now to finish, we're going to join here to the side, right on top of the third chain with a slip stitch. Now we should have a total of 13 fans all around. Now for the second row, make a slip stitch into the next double crochet, slip stitch inside the chain 1 space, chain 3, and then 2 double crochets. Now here we're going to work a reduction. Now one thing before we continue, if you want to make pants, you can just continue and work fans all around, and then just continue until you have the length that you want your pants to be. Here, since this is going to be like a bloomer, we're only going to do a couple more rows here. So this next row is going to be a reduction, so that the part of the leg starts to reduce a bit. So inside each one of the fans, you're going to do 3 double crochets instead of your normal fan, like this. So continue like this all around, and I'll meet you at the end of this second row. I'm here at the end of this second row now. I joined here to the side with a slip stitch. For the third row, we're going to chain 1, and into this same stitch where I did the slip stitch, make a half double crochet. For this row, we're going to work half double crochets all around. So on top of each one of the double crochets, make 1 half double crochet. Continue like this, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, I'm here at the end. I finished this last row where we did half double crochets all around. Now here to finish, I just joined to the side where we have the chain with a slip stitch, cut my yarn, and pass my yarn through this last loop. Now the next couple rows, I'm going to do it with this white color. So insert your hook into the same space where you did the slip stitch, and then grab this loop, bring it through the front, chain 1. Now in this row, we're going to work front post and back post half double crochet. So beginning into this first half double crochet, work a front post half double crochet. Next one, back post half double crochets. Next one, front post half double crochets, and so on. Continue like this, alternating between a front post and a back post half double crochet all around. I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this row. Now to finish, just go here to the side and join with a slip stitch. Now for the next row, chain 1, and this first front post half double crochet, we're going to do the same thing, front post half double crochet. Next one, back post half double crochet. Next one, front post half double crochet, and so on. Continue all around, and let me show you at the end of this row. Okay, I finished this last row here. All I did was just join to the side with a slip stitch, cut my yarn, and pass my yarn through the last loop, and this part here is done. That's what it looks like. Now we're going to do the same thing we did here on this side. I'm just going to start the first row for you all, and then you're going to do the rest. So insert your hook right here into this gap right there. This is where we have this fan. So into that same fan, insert your hook and grab a loop, same color, bring it through the front, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then make your first fan here. So double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets, then right in the center right here we're going to do the next fan, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, and then right here into this same fan do the third fan. So it's 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, then from here on just continue all around, just making fans. Now at the end of this first row you're going to have 13 fans, just like we did on the other side. When you finish this row, you're going to join to the side right here with a slip stitch, and then work a slip stitch inside the chain 1 space, 3 chains, and then make 2 double crochets. So it will be this row where we do the 3 double crochets, and then the row of half double crochets. Continue, do the rest, and then I'll come back and show you our finished baby bloomers. Okay, I finished making this last row here. All I did was just join to the beginning with a slip stitch, cut my yarn, and pass my yarn through this last loop, and it's done. Now here in the center, all I did was just tied like a little knot here right in the very center. See, right there, and you can do the same. You don't necessarily have to sew it. That's all I did. Now through the center here, it just weave this ribbon. You can do the same thing. So our little bloomers or diaper cover is done to match the little tunic sweater that I showed you. This one here, it's all done. So now let me give you the measurements. From the top of the neckline down to the end of the sleeve, let's see, it's measuring. It's about 24 centimeters, which is about 9.5 inches. From under the sleeve to the end of the sleeve, it's about, let's see, it's about 14 centimeters, which is about 5.5 inches. From the top of the neckline down to the last row here, it's about 27 centimeters, which is about 10.25 inches. And around the waist, or just the top here, it's about 21 centimeters, which is about 8.25 inches. So based on these measurements, this little tunic sweater with the matching little diaper cover is for a baby between 0 and 3 months. You can also make it smaller. Down here in the information box, I'll leave you some information on how you can make it smaller for a newborn baby and bigger, so be sure to check that out. If you switch to a smaller hook size, you will get the same end result but smaller. So I'll just leave you that information down here in the information box. Now also, I know you all are going to ask me for matching baby booties and matching pants if you don't want to do the little matching bloomers. So in my channel I already have these baby shoes that you can do. They match perfectly because they have the same stitch here, although at the beginning here it has the star stitch, but I think it looks beautiful as well. You can just change the color to maybe white and pink or pink and white. That would be up to you. These are for newborn babies or 0 to 3 months babies, so they match perfectly. Also, I have this other baby booties here that you can also match to the little set here, and they go very well. So that would be up to you if you want to use it. Now, I know you will ask for pants as well, so I already have these pants in my channel, which are also for 0 through 3 months. You can leave this part out and the stitch matches perfectly. I did it with the same yarn, and you can do the same thing. I also have a matching little bonnet hat. This one here, this is the only one that I could find. I can't find the others, but I do have others that have the same stitch and in the same size, so you can do that to complete your little set. So I'll leave the links down here in the information box, or you can find them at the end of the video. Okay, so this little set is done. This has been today's video. I hope you like it. This is what it looks like from the back. I forgot to show you. and this is the front. So this was today's tutorial. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.